Heavy pressure.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to read a very well-known Ecclesiastic 3 to you. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to gain and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to sew. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. Now is your time to speak, but not always, not just today. Remember that words are containers for power. Choose them wisely. Gemma Troy said, Your words can plant gardens and burn forests down. Will you close your eyes and pray with me? Dear God, thank you for this opportunity to use our talents. Thank you that we are healthy and that we can use our voice and that we can honor you with that. Help us to choose our words wisely. Amen. Before we begin with today's speeches, I would like to welcome each and every one of you. First of all, a hearty welcome to adjudicators. Thank you for your time. And then our important learners, thank you for preparing and learning all these speeches. I know that you are well prepared and I hope that you will enjoy every single moment. Thank you.
Dogs come when they are called. Cats take a message and get back to you later. Do cats or dogs make better pets? Chairperson. We are a nation of pet lovers. Both cats and dogs offer love and friendship and a furry cuddle at the end of a long day. I am going to convince you today that dogs make better pets than cats. My 3 arguments. Dogs make sure that you stay healthy. 2. Dogs protect you and your properties. 3. Dogs are a man's best friend. Argument 1. A study done in the United States found that pets are good for people's health. In the journal Purina, they wrote pets can even prevent heart attacks. After research was done by sprucepets.com, they confirmed dogs offer protection and guard your house. Even the tiniest dog can warn their owners with their bark. Argument 3. According to the magazine Pets Health, there's a reason a dog is called a man's best friend. They comfort you when you are sad. Owners of dogs laugh more at the funny things they do than cat owners. I'm going to convince you today. Chairperson, you have to agree with me. Dogs make better pets than cats. They help to keep you healthy, they protect you and your family. Dogs are a man's best friend. My final opinion is that dogs make better pets than cats because you can train them to fetch your slippers, while cats can only drag dead mice into their owner's slippers as a nasty surprise.
Teacher by Knife Roof. My teacher is amazing. She's as pretty as a rose. She knows her stuff with maths. And she wears beautiful clothes. She has a sharp mind. And she's really very kind. She helps me give my best. I get full marks for every test. Teachers can make or break your school career. Should we be able to choose the best teacher for you? Absolutely yes. Chairperson and friends, I will now convince you with these 3 arguments that this viewpoint of mine is the only one ever to be considered. Argument number 1. If your personality clashes with those of your teachers, learning becomes impossible. Your teacher loves a baby pink and insists that all your books be covered in this lovely color. My mom dressed me in pink since the day I was born, after having 3 boys before me. I can literally not stand the color. And I get nauseous every time I take out my math book. School headmaster Terry Doven describes on the website educationalworld.com in April 2019 how she has had to take extreme measures to get teachers and students with clashing personalities to get along. You need to be able to choose the teachers whose personality fits yours, like a little perfect puzzle piece. Argument number 2. My teacher needs to have a very good academic record, and I have personally experienced how a person with a master's degree in engineering can be a really terrible teacher. During last year's lockdown, no teaching degree, no teaching this brain of mine. The website sciencedirect.com describes on February 2021 how being taught by one's parents caused big problems for children all around the world. Only people with at least a master's degree in teaching accepted here. Argument number 3. Yes, Chairperson, I think you could have guessed this one. I would have liked to have a teacher that is nice to look at. Since that is what I would have to do all day long. I couldn't believe it when my research proved that a beautiful teacher actually tends to distract you from learning. The website hrmagazines.co.uk describes on 25 September 2017 that 47% of people claimed that they would be too distracted to work for an attractive boss. There goes my plan to have a dreamy teacher. Chairperson, friends, I hope you understand now that I need to be able to choose a teacher that fits my personality, has an academic record that I demand, and is not too attractive. These attributes are non-negotiable, and only I can decide which teacher has them all to my unique standards. My teacher is amazing. She's not as pretty as a rose. She knows her stuff with maths, and has a pimple on her nose. She has a sharp mind, and a rather large behind. She helps me give my best. I get full marks for every test.
lees?
Dad, Mom, you are grounded. Go to your room. There will be no television for the rest of the week. You are grounded. And I am changing the Wi-Fi password so your cell phone will be useless. Dad. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time that those who are eager to dish it up are served a helping of their own medicine. I think when necessary, we should be able to ground our parents. The first reason why is quite simple. If they don't follow the rules, they have to suffer the consequences. It's not written in a big book somewhere, but every house has rules, and everyone knows what the punishment is for breaking them. On the website Positive Parenting Connection, psychologist Adriana Bro writes in the October 2017 article, How to Discipline a Child That Breaks the Rules, that parents have a bigger influence on rule breaking than they realize. Parents who break rules like speeding or littering are more likely to influence the children on the home front. We follow an example set, so if you want us to follow the rules, you have to do so too. From obeying the law to eating your vegetables. So, Dad, answering your phone during dinner? Oh, that will be 1 week without watching the news for you, Dad. Grounding you will actually make me a better rule follower. Mom, I see you laughing in the corner there. You are not out of the woods. In an interesting article in the Australian Raising Children magazine of April 2019, Dr. Justin Coulson writes that mothers especially have an influence on their children's self-esteem and their drive to success in life. So, Mom, what I will achieve is up to you. Every time you let us get away with not doing our homework or making excuses for us, you are not doing us a favor. You are giving us reasons why we shouldn't live up to our potential. This is not in our best interest. I bet this gives you something to think about. You can do so too, while your soap operas are on television, as you are grounded. While I'm handing out punishment, I think a lot of parents and grandparents need time out for the way they treat our planet. We are faced with issues such as climate change and plastic pollution in our oceans. Who's to blame? Generations of people thought they were making the world a better place, but their new creations led to carbon emissions and waste. On www.theempowerededucator.com, it is stated that children who recycle at home are 10 times more likely to also do so at school. They grow up to be adults understanding of the value of taking care of our planet. So go to your rooms, and I don't want to see you unless you have a plan for how we can do this at home. And at your home, Grandma? Why is your rubbish bin so full? No days of our lives for you. It just goes to show that parents should be grounded. If they don't stick to the rules, they don't act in our best interest, and they don't make the world a better place for us all. So, while in your room, I want you to think about what I have said, and that's final.
won the ball.
Funny yet helpful inventions. When I say the name Leonardo, most of you will think of the Ninja Turtle wearing the blue headband. But some of you might think of Leonardo da Vinci, a famous painter and sculptor. But did you know Leonardo da Vinci was also a legendary inventor? Most of Leonardo's inventions seem strange and funny to people of the Renaissance period. According to Infonactics, over 420 years before the first helicopter was built, Leonardo da Vinci made a sketch of what he called the aerial screw. This aerial screw was a man-powered helicopter that required 4 men to spin cranks fast enough to generate enough lift to get off the ground. This must have been a hilarious sight to people living in the 15th century. Yet today, we can't imagine a world without helicopters. Albert Einstein said that necessity is the mother of all inventions. But funny enough, some of the most useful and used inventions happened by accident. According to BusinessInsider.com, the microwave oven was invented in 1946 by Percy Spencer, an engineer. One day he was experimenting on magnetrons and noticed that microwaves from a radar set started melting his peanut butter candy bar in his pocket. He then tried it with popcorn, and the popcorn popped all over. Spencer fed this microwave power into a metal box containing food, and the microwave oven was born. Mr. Spencer is a true hero to lovers of microwave popcorn like me. I am sure we can all agree that some inventions that seemed strange and funny in the past turned out to be the most useful. But let us take a look into the future for a moment. What strange and funny inventions can we look forward to in the near future? According to InterestingEngineering.com, some scientists at the University of California are currently working on contact lenses that can actually zoom in. The lenses are able to track your eye movements, and their zoom function is activated by blinking twice. Students at the Harvard University are working on futuristic health monitoring smart mirrors. They plan to detect the symptoms of most common diseases using their futuristic mirror. The mirror on the wall will actually be able to tell you if you're still healthiest of all. All or most inventions seem strange and funny at the time of being invented. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is, should we keep on inventing even at the risk of being laughed at? I say yes. We should keep on encouraging the mad scientists amongst us. In the words of Tim O'Reilly, founder of O'Reilly Media, an invention has to make sense in the world it finishes in, not the world it started in. Thank you.
Do girls or boys face more social pressure? Chairperson. Girls seem so innocent. They have their heads in the clouds and love to play little games such as princess. Boys are a whole different story. They always think they're as cool as a cucumber, never do their homework, and think girls have some serious disease called cooties. Ladies and gentlemen, let's discuss the big elephant in the room. My first hurdle is, why do girls struggle more than boys? Emotional and hormonal changes starts at grade 7, says Shannon McLinden, an author and a speaker on the subject teenage confidence, which includes but isn't limited of slamming of doors and being cheeky. Facts state that girls mature faster than boys. Girls generally take life way more serious and feel more pressure from their surroundings. Boys are playful, and when problems may arise, they would just look the other way. My second hurdle is effect by social media. 10 years ago, we weren't as exposed to pictures of perfect bodies as we are now. Growing up, we are constantly reminded that we are not good enough, and that has a snowball effect on our self-esteem and body image. Today, 80% of teenage girls distort the way they look online. Beauty brand Dove is on a mission to tackle this issue. Their reverse selfie campaign features a young girl locked into the artificial world of social media. We are introduced to her of a highly edited photograph that she has posted with the caption, "My near look." Social media is harming our girls' self-esteem, and more screen time during the pandemic has made things way worse. Hashtag have the selfie talk. My last hurdle is social differences in gender roles. Cassie McMillan, a doctoral student in sociology and criminology, says in the Social Networks of October 2018, the social changes comes from being your own person. Let's cut to the chase. Not all social interactions affect boys or girls the same way. Boys generally form very big cliques and organized and semi-organized competitive games or sports. Girls would rather share their feelings with one or two close friends. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, girls do face more social pressure than boys. Sometimes we can be emotional wreck. We think social media is helping our self-esteem, but it's really just the opposite. Boys are playful, and girls can be a stick in the mud when they take life far too serious. So, girls are from Venus, boys are from Mars. Let's keep our noses out of the phones and look up to the stars. Thank you.
Worst day ever. Monday. Monday. Can't trust that day. Every other day. Every other day of the week is fine. Yeah, but whenever Monday comes, you can see me crying all of the time. Some of you might recognize this song sung by the Mamas and the Papas way back in 1966. More recently, there was a song by the Bangles. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was a Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. Monday should be banned. It's the worst day ever, and scientists agree with me. Why? 1. There is a too sudden change from Sunday to Monday. The large emotional shift from Sunday, a happy weekend day, to Monday, a school day, happens every week. Even though Mondays are not really more stressful than Tuesdays or even Thursdays, people compare it to Sundays. So no matter what, Monday will always be like the worst day of your week. Fridays are the best because there is a weekend coming. No matter what, Monday will always seem like the worst day of your week. 2. Your sleep pattern changes during the weekend and not in the way you expect. According to an article published on mental floss, most people don't get enough sleep during the weekend, and they often try to make up for it during the weekends, but sleeping in even an hour or two for just 2 days can confuse your body clock, and we are slaves to our body clock. According to scientists, that extra sleep just makes you more tired at the start of the week. So on a Monday, it's hard to get out of bed, and you feel tired the whole day long. 3. You're less productive on a Monday. Monday mornings, you can't help but to procrastinate. A big word, I know, but it only means you don't get going. You don't do what you're supposed to do, doing something else instead, putting it off and doing something else instead. And you're not the only one. According to a massive Gallup poll, 70% of people are completely disengaged from their studies or job. Monday blues is a real feeling that starts on Sunday night, leading to an unproductive Monday. I know you agree with me. There should be no Monday. It's the worst day ever. Monday should be banned. Banned from the face of the earth. Banned for the good of our much needed sleep and for the sake of our productivity. This terrible day should take a hike. Monday, Monday, can't trust that day.
Inventions. When I think of funny inventions, a lot of fun things come to mind. A sunlight with a built-in fan or a gimmick that helps squeeze out your toothpaste evenly. Mom says that can save a marriage or two. But let's imagine inventions that's more than just fun. Those that help save the world and those that change how we live. Fortunately, we don't have to imagine these nifty inventions that help save the world. They already exist. These range from whirlpool turbines to edible cutlery, water blobs and package-free shampoo. All these help us cut back on plastic and reduce garbage in the sea and make Earth a better place. According to TechInsider.com, 11 May 2021, old plastic bottles are turned into light bulbs.
Liter of Light helps poor communities assemble their own lights using a macro solar panel. It is put into an old plastic bottle. This sounds like a light bulb moment to me. This invention is helpful, improves the quality of life of poor communities, and keeps Mother Earth happy. Mr. Trash Wheel removes garbage from rivers and the ocean. It is powered by the current or solar power. In Baltimore, this nifty invention has removed over 999 tons of trash from the ocean. Have you ever bought water that's not in a plastic bottle, but in a biodegradable water block? This sounds like a sci-fi movie. Plastic-free shampoo pods that come in soluble film. Benjamin Stern designed these pods at the age of 14. I don't mind being cold a geek. Drinking bowls of water and washing my hair with tiny pots sounds awesome. Imagine his Instagram page. Edible spoons that taste like crackers, made from rice and wheat, sounds out of this world. But even more impressive is a robot that can save your life. Prof. Elliot Hawkes did most of his research on this robot that can grow to 100 times its size, and that is powered by compressed air. This robot grows from the tip and can go through very tight spaces. To see pictures of this invention, go to www.findrobot.org. There you will see how the snake-like robot can be used for search and rescue. It can even move a large rock from a trapped person. Many words come to mind when I think of these inventions. Words such as impressive, genius and smart, but not funny. Are they useful? Most definitely. They are life-changing, earth-friendly, and just brilliant. Money makes the world go round, but people make the world go forward. Adjudicators, fellow learners, and parents listening, Paulo Duffy Uto hits the nail on the head with his quote. I am going to give you 3 pros of why learners should get paid for good grades. After all, we are the future people that will make this world go forward. 1. Payment provides an incentive to deliver good grades. Our parents go to work every day and receive remuneration for doing their jobs, reaching targets and making deadlines. According to Professor Martin Wittenberg from UCT's School of Economics, learners are spending up to 8 hours a day at school. That's practically a full-time job. If adults are getting paid to deliver on their commitments, learners that are performing academically should be receiving the same remuneration. 2. Financial freedom for learners. On the website Investopedia.com, one of the 12 listed habits for achieving financial freedom is that you need to start learning or learn from an early age how to properly spend your money. So, when learners get paid for achieving academic targets, parents can start teaching them or showing them ways to manage and properly spend their own money. This not only helps learners gain financial independence and freedom, but will ensure that they have success later in life because they know the benefits of hard work are rewards and are equipped with the skills of how to properly spend their money. GreatSchools.org has successfully been experimenting on their online platforms with such financial incentive programs. 3. In the long run, paying learners for good grades will save parents money. Consider this a strategic investment. Lynette Kalfani Cox, a personal finance expert and co-founder of the free financial advice website AskTheMoneyCoach.com, says while it may cost you now to incentivize academic achievements, but learners with better grades are more likely to be awarded bursaries and receive financial discounts. In the long run, learners achieving good grades will equal financial savings for parents, a return on their strategic investment. In a nutshell, the 3 pros of why learners should get paid for good grades. 1. It encourages them to deliver good grades because they are incentivized for working hard. 2. They learn financial freedom and independence because they are equipped with the skills of how to responsibly manage their own finances. And lastly, in the long run, parents will be saving money because top academic achievers are more likely to be awarded bursaries and receive financial discounts for further studies. Money makes the world go round, but people make the world go forward. And since we are the people that will make this world go forward, we should get paid for our good grades. Mom and Dad, you can expect my invoice. EFT payments preferred. Thank you. Have you ever seen real love? Well, we're only in grade 5, so the answer should be no. But when I think of love, I think of my dogs. My dogs are always the happiest to see me when I come back from school or a holiday. Dogs come sit next to you when you feel down. They listen to everything you say, and they help you to be more active and less of a couch potato. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, dogs can only be a man or woman's best friend. The canines, the woof woofs, my best friends, Minky and Jack. Today I'm going to convince you that dogs make indeed better pets than any other animal. I found a few people that agrees with me that dogs make better pets. Jenna Stervitsky, a veterinary technician who has more than 20 years of animal experience, writes for the Spruce Pets that overall dogs make better than cats as pets. She gave 10 reasons for her bold statement, and I totally agree. To name a few, they adapt to change. They protect their loved ones and they are easier to train. Still not convinced? Sykes for Veterinary Clinic wrote on their website 5 reasons why dogs make good pets. Their vets rate that a dog is a man's best friend. For me, that's the only reason, but for you who are still skeptical. Dogs keep you active because they get irritated when they lie around the whole day. That's why you need to take them for walks, and that keeps you healthy too. For me, the only reason is that they help people who feel depressed. If you're still not convinced, science will convince you. I found an article on YP Discover that a scientific study showed that overall dogs make better than cats as pets for your household. And all of that I already mentioned above. The whole world says that a dog is a man's best friend. They wouldn't say that if it wasn't true. Dogs keep you healthy. They help you when you feel depressed. They protect you when you are in danger, and they just love you all the time. Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, dogs are. Today I showed you that dogs are better pets than any other animal. And if you don't believe me, get one. It'll be the best decision of your life. Thank you.
Good morning, dear students. The principal said, please put down your pencils and go back to bed. Today we'll spend the day playing outside. Then take the whole school on a carnival ride. We'll learn to eat candy while watching TV. Then listen to records and swing from a tree. We'll also be learning to draw on the walls, scream in the classrooms and run in the halls. Dear ma'am, classmates and friends, wouldn't we all love to have a principal like in the Ken Nesbitt poem I just read? Always fun teachers and principals. All around, we would love that. But would it be good for us to choose our own teachers? I would say a definite no. Teachers can be sugary sweet, lovable, fun, or you could get the more lemony sour teachers. But, like they always say, if life gives you lemon, make lemonade. When I started to Google information on why it might be good for kids to have teachers they might not love or might be a bit strict, we couldn't find any info. Seems nobody has advice for kids to help your child with a teacher, to embrace a teacher they don't like. What we could find were articles like requesting to change your child's classroom on www.theeducationspinonit.com. It seems that if you don't like it, change it. The thing is that I think that we need to learn how to work with people we don't like or find difficult, because in the future the boss you work at might be exactly like the teacher you didn't like. Without trying to work, adapt and compromise with the teachers in our school, how will you be able to do so when you have to work with someone you don't like or with a personality you just clash with? Let's call them difficult people for now. According to the article by Forbes magazine, the 20 people skills you need to succeed at work, www.forbes.com, wise managers know that they need a team with strong people skills, given the choice between two job candidates. The one with excellent people skills and less technical ability will usually win the prize. Having good people skills are much harder to teach than technical skills. In the article, 10 skills you need for career success by the University of Colorado, they list communication, teamwork, and adaptability as some of the most important skills you need for success in the workplace. Don't you just think grown-ups these days are weird? First, they want you to love all your teachers, and if you don't, you could just pick and choose who you like. But all of a sudden in 10 years, you have to start working with people you don't like. Mind-blowing. It's human nature to avoid difficult people. But what if we face those challenges as gifts instead of burdens? What if we face difficult teachers with optimism instead and chose to learn from them instead of getting frustrated by them? Michelle Obama said, "You should never view challenges as a disadvantage. Instead, it's important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages. Teachers we find difficult forces me to grow, learn, and adapt and change. Difficult teachers help us to reconsider how we communicate, since it is impossible to expect others to change. Difficult people give us the opportunity to improve ourselves. It's easy to label someone as difficult. It's tough to admit we might play part in the difficulty, especially with teachers. But when we refuse to see the part we play, we put a roadblock in our path. And we need to see this as an opportunity to learn. I will never stop wishing that I could learn lessons through ice cream, puppy kisses, and sugary sweet teachers. But from what I hear, most lessons are learned the hard way. So I say, bring it on. Let's not pick and choose our teachers. Let's rather use each teacher as an opportunity to be a better, more successful you.
Changing times. The Nobel Prize in Literature in 2016 was awarded to Bob Dylan. He was awarded this prestigious prize for having created new poetic expressions within the music song tradition. Some 50 years ago, he wrote, "The times, they are a-changing." Good afternoon, Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. Bob Dylan was right. It has been a long and ongoing process. When we speak of people, we no longer refer to mankind. All people have now become humankind. This might sound negligible, but what this fact really means is that boys and girls are being looked at on a more even keel than in the past. Both boys and girls face peer pressure on a daily basis. I believe this is not necessarily a bad thing. In an essay named Dealing with Peer Pressure, reviewed by Dr. Archie Lyons, child psychologist, published on google.com, it states, stand your ground. And when enough of you get together, peers can pressure each other into doing what is right. By following this advice, bullying and jealousy can be minimized. Since lockdown started, our president, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, has addressed all South Africans on national television. In every speech, he emphasized the importance of gender equality and gender-based violence. He practiced what he preached. If one look at his new appointees and some of his advisors, like Linda Gray from Johnson & Johnson's, it gives me hope for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, our parents and teachers do influence our decision making. In the end, we as kids have to take responsibility for the choices we make. Gender-based viewpoints are changing at an increasingly rapid rate. With the opportunities girls are afforded, also come more responsibility. As girls, we can live up to this task. This is why I believe boys are under more pressure, because the playing field are becoming more and more, but even by the day, the times, they are a-changing.
should do anything right now. I just want to know exactly what I should do as a teacher, otherwise you're not going to choose me. So I'm putting the playing fields level right now. Okay, first of all, I'd like to say, folks, your English is very good. Well, that's lovely. It is such a delight to listen to children who have such beautiful accents, and pronunciation is so good. That's absolutely marvelous. Thank you for that, and you had good speeches. I just want to know something, and it's not going to change what I'm going to say, but I'd like a truthful and honest answer. And fortunately, this thing can't see who's saying the truth. But who of you worked out your speech completely on your own? There was no grown-up involved in it. Okay, good. Thank you, parents, especially to you. We would like to thank you for your involvement in your children's lives. Good investment. Okay, now that's wonderful. I'd like to say something next time. What is very important, sweethearts, is when somebody else has written your speech and you say it, you have to come across that you believe what you're saying. And even if it's difficult words, I must get the idea that you understood what you said. Because that was very clear. When the two of us were listening to some speeches, we said to one another, do you think the child understood what he said? Because it's deep things, and do you really understand it at your level? It's just interesting, folks. So it's important next time just to ask exactly what it means, and can you find another way of arguing? Okay, I'd like to say something. You have to be natural and not act. Now, if you're a natural person, when you talk, you are animated. I am animated. This teacher will know. I come across, over the top, but that's who I am. So you immediately pick up when a person is animated. You understand what animated is? It means you're alive and your mouth moves. It looks as if you're doing aerobics with your mouth. And your hands are all over the place. Then it comes across very natural. But be careful to put on an act, because when you're an orator, people listen to what you are saying and with how much conviction are you saying something. And I'd just like to say something. You know what? You can speak with a lot of conviction without doing this. Now, it might be that a teacher said that to you. Sorry. But you don't have to stomp your feet, because you come across like an angry mother. And nobody wants to be an angry mother, because they go, I'm doing this. It doesn't work. When you want to convince people, you convince them. You don't even have to have a strong voice. You can convince somebody with just using your voice like this. And the slower you go, and sometimes even the softer you go, the more strength there is in it. Because it's something you are sincere about, and it is something that's serious. Just remember that for next time. You don't have to. And then something else. When you count, you don't have to count. Folks, don't show us 1, 2, 3, because that means you imply the audience is stupid. They don't know what a 1 is. 1, 2, 3. Now that's rather like if you're a cheerleader. Number 1, number 2. Do you have it, folks? You've got to be more natural. Number 1, this is what I'd like to say. Number 2, then I carry on. And my third point, it's actually better to say, my first point is this. My second point is this. My third point is this. All in all, it makes it much more natural. Sweeties, then... Okay, I've said all of that. And your arguments, I'd like to say something about the way you speak. Sometimes you do this. You will say, you must be very careful. That's acting. You can rather say, you must be very careful. Don't ride on your vowels. You ride on, and sometimes you get a rhythm. It's as if you're busy, we're gonna wind up. Yeah, and the next moment we're going to fly. You do this. You will say, and then you must do that, and there you must go. You understand? You get a rhythm, as if you're busy with a poem. It's much easier, and I know it's the way you learn something and a sentence, and you break it down here. But next time, try to be natural. Stand in front of the mirror. That's a very good place to watch yourself. And then just talk as if you really are sincere about this. I want to get this across. And it was lovely. Some of you have very good natural movements with your hands and all of that. I really enjoyed it very much. It was delightful to listen to you. Thank you so much. Must I hand out what? Oh, must I hand out now? Yes. Just a slight pause. All of it. Oh, I hand out. Okay. Mustn't I put on my mask now? Or can I just fling it like... Let me get this one. Much better. Oh, I must do that. Okay, yes. I'll knock you over. Okay, Tweedies, do we start from top, the best one, or... Just I hand out, everyone. We'll tell you who's there. I'm just, from the beginning, handing out. I hope I pronounced the names correctly. Taya Jacobs. Imke Liebenberg. Oh, must I come to this side? Sorry, I was never on. Give me a bump. Thank you, that's it. Erin van Heerden. Goodie. Inay Verhoef. Ivan van Skalkwyk. I'm so glad I have men here who are doing this, because one day you will be amazed how you grow when you come to a platform and you speak your mind. It's a good thing in the marriage to know how to speak your mind. Start learning here. Christy Pretorius. Is it Jean or Jean de Val? And Frederik Reder. Zuraya Zavitsky. What a lovely name and a bunch of hair. It suits the surname. Zavitsky. Zeil Heidenreich. Zeil.
Thank you.
Cara Venter. Isn't it interesting we have so many blondes? But that's because blondes have more fun. Okay. In the third place, we have, to the front, Cara Venter. Lovely. Bump.
Second bump.
Bump, because you did well. Okay, second we have, it's not Zura, it's Zurya. Zuraya. Is it Zuraya Zavitsky? Remember, bump. Okay, bump. Yeah, lovely.
Thank you.
And number one, we have Christy Pretorius. We can do it 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, lovely. Thank you so much.